Meanwhile, tensions are ratcheting up in the Strait of Taiwan. Self-ruled Taiwan says a suspected military surveillance balloon crossed the highly sensitive median line dividing it from mainland China. Taiwanese military officials said the balloon passed southwest of the port city of Keelung before disappearing. There had also been a large-scale movement of military aircraft and ships. Taipei is on high alert for Chinese efforts to interfere in its presidential election scheduled for the 13th of January next year. In recent years, China has ramped up military and political pressure on Taiwan, which it claims as its territory. For more, let's bring in DW's East Asia correspondent James Chater. James, what more do we know about this balloon detected over the Taiwan Strait?
Well, as far as we know so far, there are still a fair number of questions about the specifics of this balloon. When this information was first distributed by the Defense Ministry, it was described as a surveillance balloon. Later in the day here in Taipei, we heard from the Defense Minister, who then kind of seemed to imply that there was a bit of a correction there, a bit of a clarification, and that this was in fact a weather balloon. As for the details, you mentioned some of them there. Yeah, this was a balloon that was spotted crossing the median line of the Taiwan Strait. This is a body of water that separates Taiwan from China and has previously served as an unofficial buffer between the militaries of Taiwan and China. It was flying at an altitude of 21,000 feet. And the Defense Ministry says an hour after it was detected, it, quote, disappeared somewhere where we're not quite sure exactly where. That's really all the detail that we have so far. Reporters have been pressing Taiwan's Defense Ministry throughout the day on this. I've been in touch with the Defense Ministry myself to ask for some clarification on the details of this, and they say they're not going to issue any more information about this. We asked about the kind of clarification about where this balloon might have disappeared, but there was no further information about this. All of this is, of course, bringing back memories of that alleged Chinese spy balloon that was shot down over the United States earlier this year.
Taiwan is also set to hold a general election in January, James. Is this incident and the military jets crossing the median line connected to the upcoming polls?
Well, I think it's fair to say this is all part of a broader strategy that China has been applying to Taiwan for years now. This type of activity, of military activity, often called grey zone warfare, is something that Taiwan experiences on a daily basis. As it relates to this balloon, this is a fairly rare experience. To give you a sense of how this kind of information is usually distributed, Taiwan's Defense Ministry daily issues information to journalists about the number of Chinese jets, fighter jets that have incurred into Taiwan's air defense identification zone. This is one of the first times that we've seen something about a balloon. But as you mentioned, the key context here is that we're fast approaching a presidential election in Taiwan, just a few weeks away now. And there is concern, Taiwan's foreign minister even mentioned this today in a briefing with reporters, that China will be trying to interfere with that election and push voters, likely, away from the ruling party, the Democratic Progressive Party, which is seeking a third term, a party which China views as separatist and refuses to communicate with.
We'll leave it there for the time being. Thanks so much for joining us. DW correspondent James Chater reporting from Taipei. Thanks so much.